Welcome back to the Community Roundtable. I'm really excited for our amazing guests that we have sitting at the table today as we continue the conversation from last month on diversity, equity, and inclusion as we roll into Black History Month. I want to welcome our guests, Candace and Sylvia and Pepi. Thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear from each of you a little bit about what it means to you personally and how it affects you and where you think we are with that.
I look at it as a step in the right direction of really embracing what American history truly is and what it looks like. While we do have Black History Month, being an American person myself, I find our history just to be American history. And I think it's critically important for us to understand the true nature and the history of our country and to do what we can to make sure that we are perpetuating the full stories through our generations.
When we are out there in the parades and we're celebrating Black History Month, what we're trying to make sure is that our kids and everybody, any color, any race or creed, should learn more about the rich heritage. So it means teaching it, and then of course we can learn more about who we are.
Black history was non-existent when I grew up. And if we look at the traditional sense of Black history now, most of our young people start out in the slavery era. Right? They start there as if that's where Black people began it. But our history goes back much farther than that. And those are the things that when we get a chance to see that our history is more than just slavery, I think makes a big difference.
Miss Diane, can we just ask you, what does Black history mean to you personally?
I really agree with that it's American history. And I believe that with having a month, that it allows maybe a little bit of education to come into it so people can learn the value of what others bring from different perspectives. I'm all about community. And when we bring that all together and we treat each other with kindness and we pull everyone together to share equal value, I think that that is really what the month kind of means.
It wasn't until I got into college and had a little more cultural learning and had some classes and professors that really just said, look, there's a much richer, longer history than from Africa to slaves to where we are now. It goes back for generations and thousands of years. And that to me is the celebration when I see Black History Month is, look, this is so much more broad than just what we look at it as Caucasians. And so that's really what it means to me. I like to celebrate it and I like to be a part of it because it teaches me every year more.
These months, whether it's Asian History Month or Black History Month, are essentially looking at ways to start to move those marginalized people into the middle so that that middle really looks more reflective of what reality is for us today.
And my question is do you feel like it's helping? Do you feel like it's made some changes?
I have to say yes to that. The more we talk about the Black History Month, then the more we can talk about Black history every day.
Respectfully here, I think I see a different side of that coin as well. I see them as an opportunity for a box checking. We've got to enact real change in order to really win with the history months and the premise of how they even began. If things that affect the marginalized aren't adjusted to right size and really pull equity through what's been written and how we're governing ourselves and one another, then we've checked a box to acknowledge the different cultures that are there, but we're still who we are and how we are. And if that's the case, then it's not the best site. It doesn't create the best world or environment for us to live in because the manner in which our country was constructed, it was never constructed for people of color whatsoever to advance. Any person of color in our country, as this country was constructed, was really to serve, not to be served or to win.
In January of this year, our city council, in a 3-2 vote, decided that they would no longer give proclamations celebrating the history months across the board. But our city council is not going to give those proclamations. I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
Black History Month is a celebration, but it's a call to action also. While the city of Temecula has kick the can down the road, so to speak. The city of Riverside did quite the opposite. What we did was we raised the African American flag in celebration of Black History Month. We got a proclamation that Black History must matter. There's been progress here, and then there has been challenges over here, resistance over here.
We see the opportunity and we hope for the best, and we know that elections are rolling around the corner. So when you've got someone running for office or you have an ability to run for yourself, I say get in the fight. However that looks, join the chamber, be a part of it, change the face of what business owners look here, connect with one another, be in it, and really permeate what's happening around us so that our presence can help make a difference.
Yes, Black History Month teaches. It teaches us love.
I love that.
I like that.
That's really great. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time on the Community Roundtable.